out.
Welcome to the Dude Network, where we chill and unwind. Food, sports, entertainment, the best of its kind. Grab your buddies, have a seat, let's have a good time. 4 nights a week, we'll make sure you feel just fine. Join us as we dive into the coolest trends. Dude Network, where the fun never ends. Dude Network, where the fun never ends. Hanging out with the dudes and dudettes. Talking about the things we love, no regrets. Tune in, relax, and let the good vibes flow. The Dude Network, the place to go.
Hey, that actually scared me.
Hey, John Z.
Whoa, hey, who was that guy?
It looks a little quirky, just a wee bit.
Yeah, a little quirky in here. I feel very honored to have replaced such a majestic man as John Z.
It's not easy.
I hope I can live up to his high bar of excellence.
You probably won't, but we'll give her help.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you will ever fit in those shoes, and I don't think you want to
try
be
hard.
in them shoes. So.
Hey, A for effort. We don't do participation trophies over here, but we'll say good job.
Yeah,
it counts, right?
Everybody,
dudes and dudettes, a man, a myth, an absolute quirky legend, a wee bit quirky barbecue, aka Owen. How we doing, man? Thanks for filling in here tonight. As John Z got called into work after being on the Friday show for a record low 3 minutes. And then he got called in and had to roll. But luckily, this guy was in the comments. He's like, beam me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I said, bring in that lefty. Let's do it.
That's right. I am a lefty.
Yeah, bring it in.
Are you a lefty?
Straight up. Yep.
Knew it.
Man.
Felt it.
Lefty,
Already chemistry. That's how we do over here.
Me and wifey both lefties. One of 3 kids lefties. More lefties in my house than righties.
Oh,
weird.
What's funny is my kids do everything right, but when it comes to like swinging a bat or catching or throwing, it's like both. Like they both are. Yeah, it's weird. Like my kids favor they throw better right, but they hit better left. It's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, on one of those, it would make sense, like maybe, but like both of them, like I thought that was weird that both of them got.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Yeah, a little bit quirky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to switch hit in baseball. I do a lot of ambidextrous stuff.
Yeah, I was never much of a switch hitter.
No, did he?
Oh, come on.
I got it.
But you was talking about all
that. Stop bringing Diddy parties into the show, Damon. You're supposed to be the voice of reason.
Hey, but
you are.
It's 2024 now, man. We have to throw that in there.
I love the chaos. This is the after party.
We need to lower the lube up in here.
Wow.
And I was gonna bring some to KC just for you, but I'll leave it at that, Tony.
Y'all brought me in here.
No, we got the goop. We got that goop. I heard that was the street name for that stuff.
Oh, goop?
Yeah. Huh. For the baby oil, for the drugs they put in it.
Oh, there's drugs in the baby oil?
Oh, see, I didn't
why else would you have? Listen.
Wait a minute.
Why would the feds raid baby oil?
Well, they didn't. They just come across it.
They took it. They confiscated.
Well, I mean, so there was 950 balls that showed up at the precinct instead of 1,000.
It's got drugs in them.
Hey, well, there you go, then.
Mm-hmm. Laced lube.
Yep.
Laced lube.
You heard it here first. Except that you did not. We're probably like the 150,000 media outlet to report this. But
yeah.
That's crazy.
Breaking news.
You know, it's like really a wild time right now because people are just like name dropping names that they saw at Diddy and Leo DiCaprio and now LeBron James this week. And it's like, it's just a crazy time right now where everybody's just associated with this stuff, man. Absolutely crazy. And like now you have to like question everything. So anyway.
Nah, you got a question that they let you know.
Yeah.
They probably question anything.
Your brothers at the Alphabet Police. I'm sure they'll let us know.
Yep, everybody let you know.
Is that just what are you drinking there, bud?
Weller Green.
Oh, it's just in a different bottle.
Yeah, I just put it in a flask cap because I had
okay.
ice in it, and the ice is melted, but I don't want to dirty up another glass on drinking.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Yep. Hey, we need to get you some of this.
I need some of that.
Yeah,
I'm in my garage and I'm drinking beer, and I feel like a bad person because it's not.
I know where someone's at. A couple hours away. Just FYI.
Well, you're in the northern version of the Carolinas, right?
I am. Yes. Yes.
Okay, maybe 2.5.
The North Kakalaki version.
Yeah.
We waiting on.
It did just make its first splash out west. 3 states, 1 sweep. Oregon, Washington, and Utah. No.
They get Utah before North Carolina?
Yeah. They got Nevada, Utah, and it's either I think Washington. Oregon's not in it, but Washington is.
Huh.
It's like random. It's just like those 3 states out of left field.
Yeah.
It's like they're drawing us like Red Rover.
You need to populate my beer fridge.
Well, I have a feeling though with the people they have involved in it though, it's going to be available. It's just with alcohol, man. There's so much red tape, and every state's like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In its own way.
True.
Yeah. So, elections coming up. Who you boys voting?
Whoa!
Do not answer that, Jesus, please, God Almighty, do not. That was 100% a joke.
All right, so I'll tell you. So I seen something come across today.
Oh boy!
And it inspired me when I seen it. It was a write-in, and it's Co Wetzel. If you write in Co Wetzel for president, that's exactly. You imagine the dang inauguration party. Keg stands, kegs of beer everywhere. You know,
I always wanted to vote for the guy that promised everybody a pony.
That's a lot of dang ponies, bro.
I think it was a Shetland pony. Yeah, everybody will get a pony.
A bunch of Shetland.
That's the only kind of pony people know. Name another pony.
Miniature pony.
Don't say miniature pony. Don't say that.
But my little.
Yeah, you can.
Don't say My Little Pony.
What's funny is, as a kid, they were all just ponies. We didn't know there was breeds. They were just. Look at that pony.
Yeah.
Now, like horses, I know a lot of the you got your Clydesdales, you got your workhorse, you got your paints, you got your Arabians.
Appaloosa is my favorite.
You got your Shilohs, your Appaloosas. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Quarters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I live up here in Amish.
I wouldn't
a lot of horses.
Turn my nose at any pony.
Damon will tell you, a lot of horses around here.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit up there.
A lot of shit on the road.
Oh, you're in Amish country?
Yeah, we call it road apples.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is there are you close to Amish country, North Carolina? I know there's Amish down there.
Not that I know of.
Good for you.
Not down here in Fuquay. No, there certainly ain't Amish in Wake County.
I guess what part of North Carolina are you in?
Central, like 20 minutes outside Raleigh.
Okay.
Rockville, very close.
Yeah,
is that close to Mount Airy? Isn't that close to Mount Airy?
Mount Airy is like hour to 2 northwest.
Is it true in North Carolina when you grow up, it is instead of the Pledge of Allegiance, you have to whistle the Andy Griffith song?
Yeah,
thought so.
That's true.
That's what I heard. That's
and
what
I
I heard.
couldn't whistle, so I spent a lot of time in detention.
That makes sense. That math also math.
Truth be told, I didn't move to North Carolina until I was 13, so I might have missed out on the Andy Griffith whistling.
You might have.
Yeah. That's actually not too bad.
It's all right.
I can kind of pick up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Not bad for a
little
Browns
dry.
fan.
A little dry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Little
He didn't
whiskey.
catch
Oh
it.
man, I grew up. My dad was old school, man. We watched Andy Griffith a lot. TV Land was when we finally got the satellite world. When Dad realized we had TV Land and he could watch all those old shows, shit, there was nothing on TV anymore. You had to like wait for him to go to work for you could watch what you wanted because you're watching black and whites.
Oh. Yeah, no, we only had 3 channels growing up. We didn't have cable and all that.
Yep, me too, man. We had rotor, whatever the rotor could pick up.
We had that big antenna on the outside.
No, we had more than 3 though. We had about I think we had like 6.
Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 6, and 2 of them showed the same thing. 2 of them was PBS.
Oh, we didn't get no TBS though.
PBS.
Oh, PBS. Yeah, we had channel 43. Channel WOUB, I think, was the PBS. Yeah.
I'm not sure the name of mine.
Yeah. We had like WTOV.
All I know was Dad had it marked on the dial as to what channel to put it on. And we'd turn it and then run outside and go watch the antenna move because we thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yep. I remember, dude, that's bringing back memories. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Did you have one of those, Owen?
No, I think we had cable.
Oh, look at this fancy guy.
Yuppie.
Yeah.
What was the population?
Yeah,
Did your town have streetlights growing up?
No, I grew up in like well, it depends. Like the town I grew up in Jersey, it's a real rural town. There wasn't a whole lot going on there. Farm country. Yeah. About an hour and a half, hour 45 outside New York City.
Okay, so you're in North Jersey.
Northwest Jersey up towards Pennsylvania, New York. Yeah.
Okay. Where it is a pork roll, correct?
Here we go.
Is it what?
Here we go.
Is it a pork roll in North Jersey or is it Taylor ham?
Oh, Taylor ham, North Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, we're team Taylor ham up there. I'll call it Taylor ham till the day I die.
I purposely order the opposite anytime I'm in New Jersey just to get a response.
Yeah,
it's too easy. Too easy.
Yeah. It's it's fun to fuck around.
Yeah. Sometimes, as long as I haven't found out yet. Luckily, I haven't had to find out yet. So.
Yeah. Like I said, I moved here when I was 13, so
it is Taylor. By the way,
left.
I found out in Philadelphia, it's not a pork roll; it is a Taylor ham in Philadelphia. They are included.
Really?
Because I ate a cheesesteak in Philly a couple weeks ago called Gazzo's. And they had a one called the Saratoga. It was cheesesteak and Taylor ham in it.
That's interesting. I would have thought that Philly would have lumped in with South Jersey.
It was the shit.
Because most South Jersey are Philly fans.
Yeah, I found out that our friend to show Homestyle Foods and Gazzo's is becoming like one of the top cheesesteaks of all Philadelphia. He makes the garlic butter sauce they use for their toasted buns.
Oh hell yeah!
So he's out there, his garlic butter sauce and his aioli. He made him an aioli, and they're using that out there just crushing Philly with Homestyle Foods condiments. Man, it's awesome. I'm so happy for Aaron.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it was a really good cheesesteak, man. Like people are. They have like it's all the names of them are named after like local. Like the Saratoga, like the Battle of Saratoga and shit. So it's all relevant to local Philadelphia culture. So little history lesson while you eat your gluttonous cheesesteak.
I was gonna say it probably will work because that saltiness off of that pork, it's way bad.
Yeah, it had like cheese sauce in it. Like the whole mixture had like cheese sauce like mixed into the whole thing as a binder, dude. It
Yeah, I was
was
gonna say it'll probably balance out of that beef.
like I
For
felt like I
sure.
had to do a couple chest stretches just to make sure my arteries were getting a proper
Ooh.
workout after consuming half of it, because it was intense. It was the real deal.
Yeah, that gum up the works if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We hold off on eating that because apparently, because I did get some pork roll one time from the grocery store because we got in a huge debate in one of these groups we was in about pork roll, bologna, Taylor ham, all that, and I was like, okay, I'll just go get some. Well, I got it. I tried to eat the thing like bologna. You put some mayo on some bread and slap it in, and put the pork roll in and eat it. No, apparently you got to heat everything up and fry it out.
Yeah. Yeah, cook
So
that, man.
yeah, so
Yeah,
apparently
cook it up.
you can't eat raw pork roll.
No, pork roll, egg, bagel. Some people will say ketchup. I'm not a big ketchup on Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's like it's no different than a fried bologna, egg, and cheese. Oh, it's a little different because it's a ham and not a pork pate.
Yeah.
See, up here we have trail bologna. I mean that's what we do. Like everyone's got their thing. Like because I think Taylor up here would call that like chipped ham, chip chop ham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a thing. That's the thing about we've learned about all this though is like how regional everything is. I know Cooking with Babe, she got Facebook. I got I got a damn death threat for talking about chili sauce the other day because she made chili dogs where she didn't put beans in it, and I was like, "Oh, cool, hot dog sauce. This is what no beans and chili is good for." Oh my god. I literally got some guys saw. Listen, I'm going to give this guy a proper shout out here because he need.
You start talking about beans and chili, and people get their panties in a wad.
Oh,
Dude.
they will. They will.
It's wild, man. This guy, Steve Ganser, he goes, and I quote. Remember, this is Steve Ganser talking, not Tony. So I apologize for the language. Nah, I can't say the one word. Do you know how fucking R word, hard R, you sound when you call chili hot dog sauce? It's fucking chili. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you blocking me before I could say my comment, which I will not read because it would take a minute because I put some time and effort into it.
It was great, though. It was great. Yeah, I liked your response.
Dear Steve.
I said, you know what? I will read it. I think I can bust through this quick. Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. Hope all is well. Looks like you might be having a rough day, but hope it gets better soon. We have actually done extensive research on this topic, and although we love your passion, we would have to disagree. Traditional red sauce chili without beans is only native to a couple small regions in the country. A vast majority of the nation uses pinto, kidney, or chili beans to their recipes. Some even use cinnamon rolls in their chili in regions such as Cincinnati and Omaha as two main spots, but we'll wait for another day to tackle that one. Beans are a common staple to traditional chili because of the shelf life of beans and the carbs that come with them. This was established in Midwest farms and logging camps as a little went a long way. Our source for this argument is a journalist from the Smithsonian Magazine, and this was from her published work. The chili dog sauce is indeed hot dog sauce as it is created for toppings of hot dogs. With almost a decade of exposure to this in West Virginia, we can assure you it was never used as a standalone dish, but as a hot dog condiment. Thank you again for the kind note, and we hope you have a great day.
Yes.
I can't believe you cited some idiot from the Smithsonian.
What a dumbass. That was an awesome show.
Man,
Laura Knisley.
Yeah.
To be more specific.
Moron.
Yeah.
What does she know?
But you know what? It said, sorry, you can't send a message to this user. I was like, you pussy ass bitch. I was like, I put so much work into it too, and he blocked me after he sent that nasty gram. What
If
a
you
loser!
want to be real devious, make another account, then send it.
I bet I could tag him from my personal page.
Yeah, get him up there. Then he'll have access to your personal stuff, which you might not want that.
Guys like that obviously have a lot of losing time on their hands.
I mean, someone like that goes off their rocker on Chili, you might not want to dabble into.
That is true. It's like if you're willing to go all in on that one.
Yeah, if that really ruffles his feathers that bad,
he dropped a hard R.
He did. I like how you dropped the F-bomb like it was nothing.
Yeah.
But then, no, I respect that. I respect the hard R. You can't go throwing that around.
It's called restraint.
That's right.
No, I mean,
some guys just think we're just some yahoos, out of the ditches, which is partially true for Johnsy, but
damn,
all right,
kick him in while he's down.
All right, Pete.
I know he's.
Oh wait.
Dang. Bro.
But anyway, any Hooters, yeah. So what's been going on in your world? I mean, North Carolina's been kind of nuts, dude. Actually, since you're on like the topic, like, what's the world of North Carolina been like in your area? Central, I know it's more like Western is where it really got it, but I mean, I'm sure you're hearing some not so awesome things over in Central as well.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of rain. I had a lot of rain in my area, but we didn't have any major damage. But yeah, the folks out west are it's bad news out there for sure. Yeah,
man.
They're struggling big time.
I worked out there some, so like I saw like actual buildings that I had been to recently within the last couple of years, and it kind of was like, whoa, obviously I have no idea what the hell it's like, but I can at least be like, that's a lot of water to be up to where that.
Yeah, it's insane. Like that, 30 some inches of rain can fall on a town, and then the whole towns get washed away, and they're still going to be finding remains for who knows how long. They have a death count, but it doesn't even touch because there's so many people just missing that they don't even know. They're somewhere in the mud or in the remains somewhere that may or may not be found. So
I think that's the thing that's going to make it really is like the amount. There's just whole houses covered under soot, and it's like, how are you really going to like get all of that out of there? Like, I mean, it's nuts, man. It's crazy. Thankful for you guys in your community that it didn't, but still, as always, not to make this a sad show, but seriously, T's and P's continued efforts for everybody. Real quick, now, if anybody's wanting to know who we trust, and that I have been donating my money to Operation Barbecue Relief because it is formed of pit masters of people that we know in our networks and circles. And they're just trying to feed people good barbecue because, as Chef Art Smith said, there isn't angry people, there's hungry people in this world. So hopefully we can keep people fed and eating good meals and stuff and give them a little bit of hope. So anyway, that's we haven't really said anything about that. I probably should have. I kind of regret that this the first time I'm bringing that up. But anyways.
Yeah, they can use any help they can get for sure.
Yeah, 100%. So, are you in the racing mecca? Is Raleigh like in like that? Nope, too far north. No, he's shaking his head. Nope. Damon's
racing
nope.
like NASCAR.
Yeah, praise hail and praise Dale.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think. Well, there's definitely folks in this area that are big NASCAR fans. I'm not. I think that goes back to my being born in Jersey and living there for formative years. That I didn't really grow up watching NASCAR, and there's definitely people that grew up in this area that are NASCAR fans. I just never really grasped onto that.
No, I get that though.
I'm not a Southerner by birth. I'm a Southerner
I am.
by grace.
Yeah, I am not. I'm not an NASCAR guy either, man. I can't get into it. I used to be like, I'd pay attention to the results. I want to know who won because as a
Right.
kid, you had like your hot box cars, like with and when you Bill Elliott from McDonald's, you got like 30,000 of his cards in your Happy Meals, as a kid. But yeah, I guess I was curious on Raleigh and that area up there. I know that. Doesn't Raleigh have a zoo?
Raleigh? A zoo?
Yeah.
There's a zoo in Asheboro, but not Raleigh, no.
We went to a zoo in North Carolina.
It was probably Asheboro, unless it was some like real pathetic zoo. Like one of those roadside zoos.
They had peacocks walking around everywhere. Okay.
Was it a real zoo or
not
was it
Chapel
like
Hill?
Huh?
What other? There's like Roanoke, Raleigh. Not Roanoke. It's Raleigh, Durham,
Chapel Hill.
Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
Man, they had red pandas there. They were kind of cool.
It had to be Asheboro.
I was gonna say,
That's got to be Asheboro. They don't have red pandas anywhere else but Asheboro. It's like outside the triangle.
Okay, it's outside of Greensboro. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, we went to the North. I guess it's North Carolina Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out there by. Yeah, because we were coming home from Wilmington from my sister's house, and you had to go through Greenville, Raleigh, Durham. I'm telling you, that ain't it.
Asheboro. It had to be Asheboro.
It's so far off the beaten path. We wouldn't want that far off the beaten path.
It's the biggest one.
Red pandas?
Bro, I gotta look
I mean, maybe they got them somewhere, but I never heard of them outside of Asheboro.
Yeah, I was like, that's the biggest one. And the nicest one.
I mean, if you would have said like camels and llamas, like you on some random roadside zoo.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
Were you in a glorified petting zoo?
I'm not going to spend the whole show because it was a legitimate zoo. So maybe it was North Carolina. I just don't remember it being North Carolina Zoo because I thought it was like something to do with like the university too.
I mean,
I can't.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's like the lemur thing, but you said red pandas, and I doubt anywhere else has red pandas.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it would. I could be totally convinced to go off the beaten path by my wife to do whatever the hell she wants to do. So it's very plausible.
Was it a big zoo? Did you use a lot of walking?
I mean, it wasn't like a metropolitan zoo. Like you could check it out in like an hour and a half. But at that time, our kids were small, so it was like perfect.
The North Carolina Zoo is like actually one of the largest zoos in acreage of any zoo anywhere.
It was not North
Carolina.
Yeah,
it's huge.
It was not North Carolina Zoo. I remember there being like peacocks.
The problem is you get to one end of it. Now you have to walk back from that.
Now, I will say the animals did not have a lot of space.
Oh, that ain't it. Because North Carolina Zoo, they're known for like their huge roaming areas. You can go up to like the giraffe exhibit, and the giraffes are like an acre that way, and you can't really see them that well. If they're like in cages, you went to some like random roadside.
I said what wife instead of what zoo. That's good. Zoo did we visit in North Carolina? Do you remember?
Was it in Clayton?
It was on that, like in that path of like the Raleigh Durham area. It was somewhere not far off the interstate. I swear it was somewhere in Greensboro. I swear it was somewhere in Greensboro.
There's some random zoo in like I think it's in Clayton, and it's got like it's called something Safari, and it's like not an authentic zoo, but they got like a lot of stuff there. I've never been. But...
The Greensboro Science Center.
Oh, yeah.
There's a zoo there too, but it's also a science center.
Oh yeah, I don't
Greensboro.
Yeah, can't call it. Never been.
They have red pandas.
All right. Fair enough.
in a small enclosure, but they're
Yeah, I was
there.
gonna say it doesn't have that much room to get around.
It's no May May in there. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's sad.
No. Yeah. Anyway, glad we got that
Anywho.
figured out.
Yeah,
20 minutes later,
yeah, we're on it.
he's probably sitting there like, "Man, I want to join this podcast. It's gonna be so cool. We're gonna talk about all this cool shit." And it's like, "Hey, what? What zoo?"
You want to go to a zoo? Head out to Henry Dorley Zoo in Omaha, Nebraska. Best zoo in the world.
That's where my company's out of. Actually, swear to God.
Yeah, man, that zoo's bananas.
I've never been to it, but I was told that it's like it's really really nice. Because
It is
like I'm from
nice.
Ohio, where Jack Hanna is like a big deal.
Yeah.
Until a zoo got caught for smuggling animals and not taking care of and lost all their accreditations. But anyway, it's a different topic.
Ah, man, that's a shame.
He got dementia. They took advantage
Yeah.
of the guy. That's what happens.
You're really bringing this show down.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, so hey, you were at a big. What event were you at last week?
The Royal Oak Invitational.
Okay, so you were up there. You saw Great White Smoke and Grubs, and
Yeah.
I had some other friends up there, Buckeye Flavor and Aaron Heddleman
Yeah.
from
I met
Go
him.
Big or Go Barbecue.
Yep, met them.
Yep,
Yeah, I
Cleveland
met
guy.
Grubbs, and I was like, "Hey, I know you." And then we were talking, and he was like, "I was like, we've chatted online." He's like, "Yeah, well, I don't know. I chat to a lot of people. I'm sure I know you." And I'm like, "Dude, network." I actually said that to him.
Okay.
Well, you had to
"Dude,
say.
network. That's where we've chatted." And he was like, "Oh yeah, those are good guys." And I'm like, "Yeah." But
OG.
Hell yeah,
yeah,
dude.
he
That's
didn't really. He
awesome.
didn't really. I don't think he really.
That's what I like to hear. It's a network. That's what it's all about. Just
Yeah,
connecting people, man.
network. Yeah.
Network.
Yeah, so it's the Royal Oak Invitational down at in Roswell, Georgia, the Royal Oak headquarters, and it's a pretty cool thing that they basically will, if you're invited to it as a comp team, they get your hotel, food, drinks all weekend long. All you gotta do is get there and compete. Um, I'm an ambassador, so I went down there and I had no real official job other than just to be there, which is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Um,
No
so I
pressure.
went down there and hung out with the comp teams, hung out with the Royal Oak people and everyone else that came. They had I probably gained 300 pounds based on what I ate when I was there.
Okay.
Because they had this guy, they flew him in from Puerto Rico, and he did a full Puerto Rican whole hog roast and
Oh,
Puerto Rican
geez.
sides for lunch on Saturday. And they had, all sorts of food all weekend long,
I'm
Friday,
curious on what
Saturday.
Puerto Rican sides are.
They had yucca. They had fried plantains. They had rice and beans, and there was some other side they had. He said that it was like basically their holiday meal. And there was some other side that I can't remember the name of it, but it had like
Okay.
multiple root
That's cool. I mean,
vegetables.
yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah. So I mean, I ate way too much, and they had beer and ice cream trucks. Everything was just like you could just go up and be like, "Hey, I'll have a beer," and they'd give you one, and you just walk away and drink it. And
Hate to hear that.
yeah, that was not a bad scenario. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had the Royal Oak ambassadors. I think there was 6 or 7 of us that made the trip. I think there's 12 of us. Malcolm Reed was there, Heath Riles, Misty from Seattle Butcher's wife.
I think Aaron from Go Big Go Barbecue is an ambassador, as he was competing.
She's a I guess they have a difference between ambassador and like a team, like a backed comp team.
Gotcha.
So they kind of differentiate the two. So the comp teams that were there, they were the ones that actually cooked and like threw down mad awesome food. Friday they had a steak. They were all given. There's 33 teams I think that went out there that competed, and they were given ribeyes, and they were like, all right, you have to do a ribeye 1 bite appetizer, and all the Royal Oak employees, because it's like a Royal Oak employee appreciation event too. So all the employees
Okay.
are encouraged to come with their families. Um, and it was a people's choice. So they'd go through all the 33 teams and try all of their 1 bite appetizers of ribeye and vote on their favorite. So I also did that because they were like, I asked, I was like, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, oh, just have fun, whatever you want to do. So
There
I
you
went
go.
and I ate like, as many as I could possibly eat, which wasn't that many because there's only so many bites of ribeye steak appetizers you can take before you're like epically full. You can't do
Yeah,
30,
I mean that's heavy. That's heavy lifting.
you can't do 33 bites.
That's a lot.
As much as you think you might be able to. I think I got to like 12, 13, and I was like, I'm gonna vomit if I eat anymore. Because that was 4 o'clock on a Friday, and at
Oof.
noon they cooked burgers and dogs and sides. So I had like a pretty hefty lunch, and then I was drinking beer, and then I went and tried to, eat all these appetizers. But they were all awesome. I mean, all
Yeah, I
these
was gonna
teams
say
were
that was
throwing
rough.
down some amazing food. And then for dinner, they were like, dinner at 6 at the pavilion. So we went,
Yeah.
that was standing rib roast and smoked turkey breast and all the sides. And I was like, I can't eat anything. I just ate like 13 appetizers.
That's like
Good
me
God.
when I go out to Omaha at work, man. I swear I love those people, but even I like I have to text my wife and I'm like, man, all I do is like eat. It's like every 3 hours we're eating another big meal. It's like we have breakfast at 9 o'clock and it was a big fucking breakfast. And at 12, we're like, hey, you guys want these double cheeseburgers at this time? Like, no. And
No.
then like
Yeah.
dinner at 5 o'clock, you're like, oh my
Uh,
God. And then
yeah.
like at 10 o'clock, you're like, I'm hungry. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It was a great experience, and lots of cool people there. I mean, the barbecue teams, I got to meet a lot of cool people. I didn't really know a lot of the teams there, like people you mentioned. Like I hadn't met them before, and I got to go through and meet a lot of because comp teams, like, you know, they're the real. In a lot of ways, they're the real deal. Like I cook on the internet, and but they
Yeah.
cook for
Like,
judges. No one's
yeah,
trying my food
our
except for my
judges are keyboard warriors. Their judges are like trained
yeah
professionals at
trained
eating food.
professionals. Yeah. So I mean, um, watching them and kind of hanging out with them was a cool experience, um, for sure. And
Good.
actually, I actually got one of the Twisted Oliver barbecue. He gave me one of his koozies. I grabbed one of those.
Dude, that dude's
Um,
crushing it, man. That guy's
yeah,
crushed. Wasn't he
he's
grand champion? Didn't he win the whole thing?
no Scully's barbecue out of Goldsboro, North Carolina. Whoop whoop. He won the whole thing. Um, that's his second year in a row. He's the grand champion at the Royal Oak Invitational.
Dang.
Um, yeah. So, but he got People's Choice in the steak People's Choice category because he was smart. You know what he did? He so everyone had obviously steak. They had to do steak, right? So he did a little shot of like it was like I think a loaded baked potato, maybe. Don't quote me on that. With like steak on the top, but then then he also had like banana pudding, like a dessert one, like a completely separate like appetizer that was like a dessert. And after you have like 12 steak bites and then you come up to this guy's like thing and he's like, you want some banana pudding? You're like, hell yeah, I do. Anything but steak is what I want.
That's right.
So yeah, he got People's Choice. And the way he submitted it to the judges, he had like super glued. He kind of like sidestepped the rules because he super glued two things together to make it like one plate type of thing, but it was two separate dishes. The the dessert and the steak. So yeah, he was pretty smart
Damn,
with how he went
bro.
about it.
That's something.
He was
I like
crafty. He was crafty.
I don't know if I'd like that. If I was competing against that dude, I'd be kind of pissed.
I mean, hey, they give you the rules, and if
They
you
gave
can
me the
like,
rules, but I feel like he fucking turned them into a boomerang.
man, if you can do it though, man, he didn't break the rules.
He didn't break it, but he bet that shit to where it was.
Yeah, he bent the rules. Yeah, I'll
The
admit that.
ethics and morals were bent hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't. So
Sometimes
the
you
judges,
gotta
I
keep the
don't
old
think he
dignity.
won.
I don't
I
know,
don't think
man.
he won with the judges. The judges didn't give him a high, like as high of a score, but the People's Choice, he won that.
You voted for him, didn't you? Because of the banana
I
pudding.
didn't get any. So I was supposed to get tokens, but they didn't give me tokens, so I didn't vote for anybody. I was
Would
just, I was
you have
just,
voted for him because of the banana pudding?
I don't know who I probably wouldn't have voted. I felt bad because I knew all the people, so I felt like I was
Yeah,
like,
I probably would have done the
I
same
felt pretty
shit.
guilty.
I
But
definitely wouldn't have voted for the banana pudding. I'd be like, come on. I'm like,
well,
I know
there
what
was
you're up.
two separate things, right? So he had the steak thing, and it was pretty good. But then he had the banana pudding as like a separate thing.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
We
I just know
work the system.
myself.
We work the
Yeah,
system.
If
yeah,
I knew that got back to me and I was competing, I'd probably be pretty pissed.
yeah. I get
I
it.
It
know,
happens.
I know
It happens.
myself. I'd be like, this mother son of a piece of. But
So one of the funny things was the Royal Oak the peeps at Royal Oak sent an email to the ambassadors, like it was like an informational email, and it said hotel, and it just had an address. It didn't say like Marriott or what hotel it was. So I just knew like the address of the hotel I was going to. So I just typed it in my phone, and I just drove from North Carolina to Georgia, like to that address. And then I got close, and there's like two or three hotels like right in the same area, and I was like, man, I don't even know. I hope this is the right hotel because my phone's taking me here, but I'm not 100% sure. So I pull up, I'm in the parking lot, and I'm driving past the entrance, and there was about 9 dudes standing outside that hotel at 9 p.m. on Thursday night. And I was like, those are the most barbecue looking dudes I have ever seen in my life. They were like just dudes, beards, big dudes, tats. Like, I was like, all right, this is it. I don't need to know the name of the hotel. I'm in the right spot. I pulled in. I went into the lobby because they had Thursday night. They had like a big seafood boil for everybody with like a welcoming thing, and like, but I couldn't get out of work, so I left late, so I missed all that. But all these, I pulled up, and there's all these dudes outside the hotel, few smoking, just barbecue dudes, and then I parked, and I walked into the lobby, and there's no bar in this hotel. It's just a hotel lobby. That lobby was overflowing with barbecue dudes and some ladies. There's some ladies in there. There
Oh,
was about 15 to 20 bottles of bourbon that were so high end, like just spread on all the tables, and then just coolers of beer. Like
jeez,
just
man.
it was just like a party, and I was like, all right, this is how we're rolling.
This is how it goes down.
This is
note
how
to
we're
self.
doing it. All right. I got in there within the first 3 minutes. I mean, I hadn't even like talked to the front desk yet, and they were like, "You want some bourbon?" I was like, "Ah, I don't know any of y'all, but let's do this. Let's
Yeah.
get this party
That
started."
is, that's how this party goes down.
Yep, it was a fun time.
Yeah, yeah. You want to
All
take a
this
quick
partying
commercial
is
break and
reminding me
we'll
to.
wrap this thing up?
What's that?
Let's take a little quick commercial and wrap this thing
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Commercial break.
You can do regular pork. I mean, hey, I'll join the fort here. What are we doing here, Grubs?
There's pineapple. Cheers, babe.
Hey, Peach.
So, if you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you
Here we
eat
go.
yourself?
Oh, of course.
If you were a hot dog and starving, would you
That's
eat
about
yourself?
it.
Oh,
Right.
I'm a monster.
I'm starting on my ass. I'm gonna eat the ass first. Ass cheeks.
He's got.
Ass
You
cheeks,
heard
not
it here,
the asshole.
folks.
Ass cheeks.
Nope, it doesn't matter. It's already clipped. It's already clipped.
Right.
You heard it here first.
Whatever gets us rich and famous,
Hey.
if that's what it
Hey.
does, and that's what
Whether
it is.
it's
Here we
head
go.
and KC or ass as a hot dog, he's getting it.
Yeah. Remember how we're saying ass hot dog, not a hot
Damon,
taco.
I just made Damon fall out.
Yes,
I
sir.
just made Damon fall out. Yes.
If the moon were made of cheese,
Jam don't
How do
shake
you
like
know?
jelly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not all.
Well,
we didn't
you
have
know
a
what?
chance
Yeah,
to.
I'm glad.
Well,
no,
you know
it's
what?
okay.
If
I'm
we all
glad
got a
Tony
minute-
got to pick on me real quick.
No,
You
it's no,
kinda
it
beat
ain't.
him up.
No,
Nah,
You
it's
kinda
Grubs
beat him up
picked
last
on you.
weekend.
Hey,
You
Grubs
You
big
kind
picked
of
old
beat
on
up
you. I
on
didn't
him
do
last.
shit.
You knew
He could have
exactly
picked me
what that was.
last, and I would have been that
Tony?
guy. But
Tony?
he didn't.
No, Tony, you knew exactly where that was headed.
But once
No,
you went
that was
come
a
on.
loaded-
This is bull. This is
That was-
erroneous.
Look at that
Erroneous.
smile on your face. It gives you away.
Because I'm laughing at how silly
No.
you are.
No,
I'm
no,
laughing at how
sir.
silly.
Sir.
Going through Royal too, right?
Dude, it's official. Our plane tickets are bought and paid for. Hotel lodging is the only thing we need to do is get the rental. That's all we got to do.
Well,
But it is official, like the rest of
ladies
you
going
with
with
the
me
missile.
this year, though.
I'm even skipping my kids' Halloween reluctantly.
Yeah, it's Halloween.
Yeah, 100%. Did not know that was during Halloween next week. Oh,
Son,
what?
that's going to KC.
Nice. Oh,
He probably froze. He was telling me earlier his phone was pretty low on battery, and he plugged it up, so it probably overheated on him.
well, that's one way to wrap yourself up in the show.
Yeah. See you, dude.
I'm done. Like, oh, camera.
Yeah. Can't you break?
Well, Johnson's not here. We will go ahead and talk about. I want to give a quick shout out to Eddie at Parkway Distillery and River Bluff Brewery out in St. Joe. He is hooking it up, and he's actually from an hour from where I'm from in Ohio originally, which is a small world. That's absolutely crazy to me. But he's like, I'm gonna wear my Browns jersey for you guys next week. But we're finding out St. Joe is actually an awesome town with it's on the rebuild. Been rebuilding, but for a while. It's not like it's like a total trash hole, but a good group of young business owners, and it seemed to work really, really well together. And they're all kind of working together to kind of show us what St. Joseph, Missouri has to offer. And yeah, so it's just stay tuned. I mean, I think we're gonna have a really good dude time next week, but I think we're going to get to have some cool experiences and shed some light on a town that if you want to go to for Kansas City, an extra like 30 minutes away, you have this cool little town down here called St. Joseph, Missouri. And it seems like there's a lot of really cool things to do, so that'll be really cool. And back with us now is a wee bit quirky barbecue. Oh no, maybe. There
And
it is.
again.
Yeah.
No.
He's still frozen. But yeah, it's like I was telling you earlier in the week, when we were talking about it, it's funny how coincidental it all just come together, It was like,
We had nothing.
He's close. Yeah, he's close to where you stay, and y'all knew these people together, and this, that, and the third, and it just all come full circle.
It's the most Tony Lane way possible. My wife will tell you, like, that's just how I am. You can take me anywhere in this country, and I will we'll figure out something.
I got you. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It's just I network so hard, and there's never a person I don't like that I don't want to be friends with.
There you go.
And in that process, you're like, if you know people that know people, like, where are you from? Like, I've always been asked, I guess even in like car sales, where are you from? Like, oh, like, do you know, like, yeah, I always ask where they were from or who they knew and where they were from. And like, normally in there, you'd find common ground. That was the quickest way for me to make friends with a stranger. Find common ground. Best way to find common ground. Is there a way we can, like, oh, I had a friend from your town, and like they're like, I don't know them, but yeah, it's a big town, I get it, but yeah, they always spoke highly of your town, and like, but yeah, every once in a while you hit the jackpot. But when this guy said what town he was from, I was like, oh, I already know. I'm like, did you play basketball? He's like, yep. Like, done.
Oh, you gotta see.
Yeah, but what's funny is he's already like talking about being he's gonna wear his Chubb jersey, Nick Chubb jersey. So, but anyway, shout out to Eddie. We're really excited to hang out with you, man, and really excited to get to know you and your businesses, and we're gonna do our best to paint it the best light possible, 100%.
Sure.
I think it looks like he is he's back in shape here. So, all right. There we are. There he is.
Hopefully, I'm back for good.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say, before you disappear too far, don't you and Jeffrey with Attaboy Barbecue got something coming up?
Yeah, we're doing a competition in Fuquay. November 9th is the event. We're doing 100 plus pounds of pulled pork. For it's the Barbecue Blues and Brews Festival. So people can come buy a ticket, try 15 plus teams, different barbecue, and vote for their favorite. And then we submit a tray to 3 judges, and they vote for the best barbecue, and hopefully we'll fare well in that contest.
Well, best of luck, man. Hell yeah.
Be exciting.
If you don't win, it's rigged, remember.
Yeah, it must be.
Yep.
Well, we've done it the last 2 years, and we've fared fairly well. So I'm hoping we can do well again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, might as well bring it all home. Bring it home. I mean, if you ain't first, you're last. As long as you have that mentality, you'll be all right.
Yeah, we got People's Choice the first 2 years, and third the first year, and that's the first year I've ever competed. So third from judges out of 15, I was like, all right, I'll take that. Then last year we got second from the judges in People's Choice, so we're shooting for first this year. Hopefully we'll take home first place.
Here's a fun question. Just pops in my brain. If there was one food contest that you could compete in for anything you want, what would that contest be? Something different. I'm not saying can't be like ribs, like barbecue stuff. Like what competition would you like to see out there in food that you're like, I would win that shit?
Man.
I'll go first because I have an idea in my head. Mine, mashed potatoes.
Okay.
A mashed potato competition. You got to take a spoonful of all the competitions, mashed potatoes.
2. Oh, that's a small crowd.
Well, yeah, you might have to break the judge. But
that's a good one.
I'd put my mashed potatoes up against anybody's.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I like about the World Food Comp Championships with like the ancillary is they get into some of them, like the chili cook-off. The chili cook-off I was in was really cool, but there was like one comp they have up at the Hall of Fame where it was like tailgate food. Like you got free choice to do whatever you wanted as long as it was a tailgate item. And that was, and then if you won, you got the golden ticket. I was like, man, that's a really cool competition.
Sweet. So we need to get that golden ticket next year.
I'm telling you, if it's in Indianapolis, I'm telling you, that changes the game for me. That really, really does. Cork, you want to go for the golden ticket next year, man? You want to do World Foods and Indy?
Man, that intimidates me. I mean, I'd go. I'd let's do it. Let's.
We're not going to win. Just don't get last. Don't get last.
Yeah.
If you get last, you're disrespected in your family, and you should change your last name. But,
oh boy.
Yeah, I can't change my last name. It's
that's
too good. It's too good of a last name to change.
My last name's kind of boring. Lane's kind of like,
Yeah.
Very white.
It's way to go, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's Tony Lane's the most Caucasian name in the mountain of Caucasus. Like I was probably like Cat Williams would say, I was born with an 850 credit score with a name like Tony Lane.
At least you have like Tony. Like it's not like John Lane or something like that. Tony's got a little bit of Italian or something going on there.
My name is 8 letters, dude. There's nothing fancy about that shit.
I mean, my name's not much
even
more.
like equal amount of consonants and vowels. It's pretty close.
My name's only 9 letters, but it's Quirk.
Yeah. Look at you, man. You're super cultured with that 9-letter name.
Oh my god!
Saying, my name's not super.
Just rub it in, Just rub it in my face a little bit more, all right? Jesus, dude, it's already bad enough. Like, oh, mine's 9. It's not even that bad. Like, I know it's bad at 8.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm not even sure.
I'm not even sure I counted that right. Yeah, no, it's 9. I just recounted.
Yeah, because I mean, if we don't really get
it's too close to the election to be talking recount.
I'm 10, so I mean, if we really want to get technical,
10.
Yeah, watch out now.
La-di-da.
I was gonna say, watch out now. Shoot,
show off.
That's what happens.
I know it's funny. Like everyone's like, my company's like CSO, and they're like, "What's your email?" And I'll say it. I won't say it on here, but it's obviously with Tony Lane. You can condense that down a little bit, and you come up with it. Yeah, like my email's like 12 digits, like total. His most unmemorable fucking email in the history of professional work emails. Yeah.
At least you don't you can say your name and people know what your name is.
That is true though, because everyone's like, "Oh, I didn't get your email." Like, what's your name again? Tony Lane.
You don't get questioned.
Like, Christ, man! Like, I'm not Vladimir Putin over here. Tony Lane. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, and Quirk, quick, what?
Quick, yeah.
No, Quirk.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
There was a family up next to us.
Your last name's really Quirk? Yeah, no, that's really my last name. That's actually it.
Thank you for asking.
I'm not joking. That's actually my last name.
Yeah. There's a family by us, and their last name is Lanee. It's the Laneys.
But
they're like deer poaching. A lot of them were deer poaching scud balls as a kid. So they like, you didn't want to be a Laney. So we get stuff from mails like, Lane, you like, you mother, no, you did not. Like, you will not get my insurance.
They were like, oh man, we don't want to be associated with those lanes. Let's add an extra E for fancy.
Yeah. It's like Joe Dirte. It's French. Like, no, it ain't. Like, oh shit.
Yeah,
oh man. Yeah, I don't even know. I was I'm trying to think of like some fun stuff that I want to cook upcoming, and I'm kind of like, I need to get on the old Pinterest mobile. I don't know. My daughter the other day was like holding this Halloween cookbook, and she's like, "Dad, can you make me these?" And it was like a stack of ribs, and it's called like Plate of Bones. It was like, I was like, Oh, that's where the party rib idea came from.
That's right. You'd be surprised where these things come from.
What's that
Yeah,
now?
I'm kind of.
I said you'd be surprised where these simple
Yeah,
ideas
it was
come
just
from.
it was a dude that cookbook we've had for 7+ years, and it had like
Mhm.
for Halloween themed, like take your ribs, cut them pre-sliced, and like and all that, and that was like a Halloween thing. So yeah, it's gotta keep your head on a swivel and where credit's due, I guess. Is what I'm
Mhm. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few cooks I've got planned, but it's it's hard to constantly think of something cutting edge or new or exciting that really kind of moves you to get out there and cook.
Yeah, that's why I always just cook with the ingredients I have at hand, and then I just kind of add on to it as I go. And that normally seems to
Yeah.
give me that like that shepherd's pie did the other day. Like I just happen to have spinach, and my cherry tomato plant that we had grown was starting to die from the frost, and so we had like 10 cherry tomatoes left. So I was like, all right, cool, that would make a good shepherd's pie. Like, yeah, so I literally just cook. I buy random shit, and then that random shit normally turns into random recipes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dear Pinterest is a beautiful place.
100%.
I don't get on Pinterest hardly ever.
Dude, you should, dude. You should.
Yeah.
You want to get tackling fuel? Yeah, go on to Pinterest. You just gotta type in like whiskey recipes. Like, I got that. Like, oh, it'd be cool to cook with whiskey. Like, yeah, just type it in. Like, it'll give you so much shit. Like cheese ball recipes. Like 80. Like steak recipes, cast iron. Like you can't get specific enough on Pinterest for what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then if you can't find it
I'll
on Pinterest, then you know for a fact you got something good, which means it might be bad because there's a reason no one else has ever done it and published it. Yeah, so.
True.
Yeah. Every time I think I've invented some new food, find that it's not true. It's there already. Been done.
Yep, been done. Did it. Then it's like, how can I put my twist on that bitch? So
that's the biggest thing.
That's the thing too. It's like just try to make it your own. Like even if it's like the seasoning or whatever. I don't know. Like there's so many ways that are flavor profile. There's so many flavor profiles out there that you can just change a flavor profile and still make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I might be the first person to do like feet loaf with like a cyst abscess that I lanced during the video. That might be my original twist.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. That shit was awesome. When you like cut into it, and it was like popping a pimple on like, and you're like, I'm going to eat this shit. Like, yeah, eat that, you dirty dog.
Yeah. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm wrapping ricotta cheese inside of a little ham ball, and I'm gonna insert it in this feet loaf so I can pop it later as a cyst. She's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Hey, please don't tell me you did that while you were at work today. You came up with that idea. Please.
No, that feet loaf was like I did that like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I knew it was a repost, dude. Don't. Yeah,
I
dude,
just reposted it. Yeah,
there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that.
No, yeah. I mean, that was one that I was like, you know what? I repost that every year because I feel like that was enough of a good Halloween post that it's worthy of a repost.
That was in our young and zealous Instagram careers.
That's right.
Back when everything had to be filmed. Like now it's like, fuck, I gotta film dinner. It's like well, there's some days where it's like I just don't have that idea. You know, I just don't have that like, I'm not vibing this. And in the world of sponsorships and commitments and stuff, like you have to do it. Like you can't just be like, I want to just chug a beer, make it my video. Like, no, like you have to do your requirements. And And then, yeah, I mean, obviously not an issue to have those blessings, to have those sponsorships, but sometimes it's like I just don't have it. You know what I mean? Like I have to come up. Like you want a better idea than
Yeah,
what you're
there's a
filming. You're like,
deadline.
God,
You
like
have to
this
do
idea
it, and the
sucks.
spark's not there. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I get it. There's weekends where I'm just like, I don't I don't have it. I mean, I worked full-time job and now it's the weekend and I got to cook something and I'm like, I got no gas in the tank. I don't want to phone this in, but I don't have any spark right now.
Oh, it happens.
But there's some weekends that like, I'll wake up and I'm like, this light bulb will ping, and I'll just like go out there and have a blast. And I think that, that'll come through when you actually get those sparks of creativity.
well, we're starting to
Whether it
see it.
be yeah, sometimes my creativity is with like what I'm cooking, and sometimes it's not what I'm cooking, it's like the shenanigans that I'm gonna do while I'm cooking. Like I'm cooking ribs the same way I always cook ribs, but I have this new idea of how to like make it fun. But sometimes it's actually like, all right, I'm gonna cook something, with some creativity. But
Right. And last topic here before we start wrapping this up is, and like, I think we're starting to see it. The creators that were doing it for the fame and the money, like they started to fade off. Like at this point, we're starting to see those that that were literally in it for just the passion and the having the pride of creating a masterpiece and sharing it and getting people like people that still just genuinely like me that are still just absolutely enthralled that random ass people will take the time to comment on a cooking video of mine. Like that'll never not blow my brain. But yeah, so I think we're starting to see like the Fugazi are starting to drop out because this isn't like I still have to work my job and do this. Like they're gone. So I think we're getting into the era of like more like real barbecue, if that makes sense. So like the ones that are still here, the ones that like actually give two shits about it.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
yeah, I mean, if this was for fame and fortune, then I would have given this up a long time ago. I really enjoy, getting out there and cooking. And some weekends I'm not feeling it, and I don't post as much as I used to.
Yeah,
but when I post, it's because I want to.
That's right.
I remember the days when I would have
important,
like, man, I got 7 videos in 5 days. Like, I wonder if I gotta post all these. Like, idiot.
Right. Man, pandemic times when what are you gonna do on the weekend? Nothing but cook and film.
Dude, for me, it was like I was home. It was like Monday through Sunday, bro. It was like all 7 days for like 6 months. I was home. Like that's all I had. I was bored out of my. I wasn't bored. I just had a lot of time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a PT by trade, so I'm one of those what do they call them? What was the word when people had to go to work?
Was quacks
I had to
offensive?
work, so I was still working.
Essential.
What was
you
it?
were an essential.
Essential. I was an essential. Yeah, so I was still working Monday through Friday, so I didn't do a whole lot then. But like on the weekends, kids don't have soccer, kids don't have sports. I'm not going to this or that, so it was like Saturday, Sunday were wide open. So I would just cook and film and make as much content as I could. So I could make enough content Saturday, Sunday to post all week long, and I would post 4 or 5 days a week, and that really helped with consistency of posting. Now, I've got 3 kids, and they all do their own events and sports and activities and life, and so I'm lucky if I get 1 or 2 videos out of a weekend. usually it's like I'll go a weekend without getting anything done, but
It happens,
when
man.
I do cook, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's I still have fun cooking, man. Like, if you guys haven't figured out by watching my videos, my shit, and Damon's seen it in person. I talk while I film. That's my voiceover. I don't give a shit. I keep my shit easy, concise, and easy. Easy. I'll say easy twice because like I don't have time to sit there and take 45 minutes to edit a video. I want all my clips to have the proper audio clips, shave a little bit off the front, a little bit off the back, maybe a couple dead spaces, like 0.4 seconds in between if I have to, like a time constraint thing. But man, if I upload all my clips and it's only like a minute 12, I just smile. I'm like, oh, I don't have to edit shit on this motherfucker. Yeah. I've adapted to keep it simple, stupid method for sure on the content.
Yeah, I try not to get overly crazy on my. I've always been, I don't try to fall into trends. People like you see a lot of these videos where everyone's trying to follow whatever the trend is currently. I just have ideas and I try to put them on film and post them. I try to be unique. I don't try to funnel myself into whatever else everyone else is doing. But sometimes that doesn't fit. Like I'm doing a video right now that I'm going to finish tomorrow, and my intro is 30 seconds, and I'm like, well, ain't gonna 30-second reels is what they want, 30 seconds or less, right? But my intro alone is 30 seconds, so my whole reel is probably going to be about a minute.
Who's saying 30 seconds or less?
Instagram.
Meta?
Yeah. Instagram Meta, 30 seconds or less. Yeah.
Pay me like TikTok. Pay me like TikTok does, and I'll start making them bitches shorter. But until then,
I mean, TikTok might be the same way. I don't know, but they
don't pay you if it's under a minute. If it's under a minute, you don't get paid. It's only monetized if it's over a minute.
On Instagram?
On TikTok.
Oh, well, Instagram, they pay you, it doesn't matter.
They pay you on all of them, but my views, like for example, the shopping videos, they do well, but on Instagram, the last few have not done as well. But I got to put them over a minute because TikTok pays, but they won't pay you $1 if it's under a minute. At least that's how my shit's set up. So yeah, I can't go ahead and
I don't do a ton on TikTok. TikTok's like my afterthought. I need to put more into TikTok, honestly.
Well, if they didn't give me the shopping video love,
I started on Insta, and that's kind of where I grew. So
I would be with you.
30 seconds or less.
Yeah, they love the shopping videos on TikTok. So I can't quit that because it's shit. We're closing in on 100K over there, man. Like it's nuts. But yeah. So it's like you can't.
When I'm getting paid on Insta, I wouldn't quit anything you're doing on TikTok, dude.
Yeah. I mean, the TikTok. If you get in there, it does pay all right. It's the best paying platform. I mean, YouTube is, but it's so hard to master YouTube.
Yeah,
there's like 3 different algorithms on YouTube. That's the frustrating. You have the shorts algorithm, live algorithm, and long form algorithm. All 3 are very separate things. Like it's very frustrating.
Yeah, and that's the tricky part is because I don't film anything landscape mode, so I would have to do a whole nother film session to post on YouTube with the landscape.
Yeah,
and I don't have time for that.
I got you, man. I got you. Yeah. So, in conclusion, you want to be a social media star? It's not all rose petals, and rose bushes. That's it.
I ain't quit my day job yet.
Yeah, that's right.
And I ain't planning on it.
Nope. That would make a thrice. That'd make thrice of us. But everybody, thank you again for tuning in on the after party, Dudes After Dark after party. Thank you, Owen, for a wee bit quirky barbecue, for hopping in and filling in for Johns. You got called into work. Sucks again for him to get called in, but dude, you were an awesome fill-in. Nice catching up with you, and you're still a really good dude, man. I'm glad our people get to know you at a deeper level and all that stuff. So thanks again for filling in for us. It was a good time.
Appreciate you, bro.
Really appreciate y'all inviting me in. It's a huge honor to be hanging out with y'all.
Appreciate that, man.
Okay, and we're gonna lie, and he lies and dips out. Look at that dirty ass lie. That lie was so thick that even his internet couldn't take it. That's how Damon, good shit, man. Appreciate you, brother. Hey,
absolutely.
Tomorrow we got a big one on another foodie show. Real quick before we wrap this up here,
we do.
Go over it.
So we got Dave White, we got Grubbs, and their partner Kyle coming in. But they will be the cooking team under Great White Smoke going to the American Royal to compete. And we will have them on before they make that adventure.
Let's go, man. That's exciting stuff. Thank you guys for putting that together. And what's really cool, it's going to be quite the prelude into next week, because basically it's going to be all Kansas City from here on out.
Right.
And we're very excited about this. We get to do one trip a year together, all three of us, it seems. At least that's been the pace. Hopefully that changes. If you know a company that would like to be involved in that, please let us know. But in all seriousness, no, a lot of eggs go into this basket, a lot of resources, but it's the one time a year we all get together. And I'm glad it's going to be for, pretty much all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with my boys. And I'm excited about that. It's going to be a good time. I think we got some good shit lined up. And, we get to hang out with Euban too. Like, I keep forgetting that, like, Euban's going to be a part of this. And, so just some good times, man. I'm excited, man. So,
sure.
Final thoughts.
It'll be here before you know it.
For us too, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it'll be here before you know it.
We got after this show, we only got 4 days left, man. It's going to go real fast.
Fast.
But hey, we appreciate all you guys for helping making it happen. Be a friend, tell a friend, do something nice for somebody you haven't done for in a long time. Like I said on Friday, if you know a Browns fan, they need a hug. That might go a long way. But T's and P's, man. Catch y'all. Deuces, dead rabbit.